Hey, I'm Brennan, joined here by my buddy Pat, and we're checking out some fly racing dirt gear available at RevZilla.com. So today we're going to be checking out the F16, which is what I have Pat in right now, and then we're taking a closer look at the Lite jersey and pants as well as the Evolution jersey and pants. But first, let's check out the F16. Now, before we get too into the details, Pat here is about 220 pounds, 6 feet tall, 44-inch chest with a 34-inch waist. He is currently wearing an XL in the jersey, and he's got a 34 in the pants, and he's wearing that throughout the entire line, just to show you the different fits within that line. We obviously don't want to change it up so you can see that. But the F16, this is their entry level into their dirt gear. Think of, someone who's just getting into the trail riding out there and wants something that's going to breathe, but it's going to give them some additional durability, when you're out there on the trails and snagging branches and things like that. But this will provide you with a good amount of breathability as well, and you'll get more and more breathability as you move through the line. Now, the main construction, we've got a polyester main construction for the jersey. It's very straightforward. We don't have any, elbow arm or anything like that. This stuff is designed to be very lightweight and move very well with the body without any restriction. Now, the pants, they have a 600 denier main construction, and then we've got some stretch incorporated there as well. So when you're throwing a leg out or you're moving around quite a bit on the bike, you don't want anything binding or hindering your movement. So it's nice to have that. Now, one thing I did want to point out, you do have a ratchet strap and zipper as the main entry on the waistline. You've got a little bit of silicone at the waistline as well to help keep the jersey in place. And one thing that I do usually like to see with all of my riding pants is a little bit of reinforcement in between the knees. That's a high wear area. That's where you're hugging the bike quite a bit. So that is something to keep in mind as you move up through the line with the fly racing gear. You are going to get that additional reinforcement in between the legs there. It's usually a leather panel because you are hugging the bike very tightly. I think, the entry-level rider could probably get away with it, but personally it's something I like to see. Now, Pat, go ahead and face the back for me, sir, real quick. As we move our way down the waistline, you can see we've got a little bit more stretch incorporated at the top there, and then you've got some stretch on the sides. That's just going to help with the overall movement while you're out there riding around. You do get some adjustability on the waistline as well. It's just a simple Velcro tab right here. Might be tough to see, but it's tucked away there, and it does give you a little bit more adjustability in addition to the ratchet system that you'll have at the front. As we work our way down to the back of the legs, you can see more stretch incorporated, and that is going to breathe a good amount as well. So very comfortable on the lower half of the pants. Could have used a little bit of reinforcement in between the knees. But Pat, go ahead and face the front. Again, entry-level rider, this is going to be a great option to take a closer look at. And keep in mind, we do have our price match policy in place. That's going to make sure you're getting the best deal around. So let's move on. Let's take a closer look at the Lite gear. All right, so we've got the fly racing Lite gear. This stuff, hence the name, is incredibly lightweight, and it moves very, very well with the body. Now, one thing to note here is while it does move well, it's very comfortable, it's going to flow a ton of air, it's not going to be the best option in the trail. You can do it, you can certainly wear it out there, but it doesn't have the most abrasion resistant materials utilized because they are trying to maximize the airflow as well as maximize the overall movement and the stretch material that they're utilizing to do so. So trail riders out there, beware, but I will say Pat and I both really love this gear because it is crazy, crazy comfortable, that is for sure. Now, we have a polyester main construction. We've got a 4-way stretch with the pants, and then you're going to see bits and pieces of perforation throughout the jersey as well as the pants themselves. You can see a little bit of that perforation right here at the tops of the shoulders, and then you're going to get it on the insides near the ribs. And as we work our way down to the pants, there's going to be a single boa system. I think Fly's trying something a little bit different with the Fly Racing Lite here with a single boa system to ratchet in the waistline. Now, when you move up to the Evolution, you do have that buckle system in the front, the zipper, as well as a boa system in place. So I think they're trying something a little bit new, and I think they did a good job because it is crazy, crazy comfortable. But typically I like to see a little bit of a ratchet system or maybe some Velcros on the side just to pull any odd areas or excess material if I need to do so. But the boa system works well. It's very simple by design, and it does get the job done. Now, as we work our way down to the bottoms of the knees, you're going to see some perforation just above the knee, and then we do have that leather panel there in between the knees. I love to see that reinforcement there. That's a high wear area as you're hugging the bike, and it doesn't matter whether you're riding out there on the trails or you're riding at the MX track, you are going to be hugging the bike, or you should be hugging the bike when you're out there, and that's going to help prevent that wear in that area. And it is actually surrounded by Kevlar. It's triple stitched Kevlar surrounding that too, so good integrity in that area. Now, Pat, go ahead and face the back for me, sir. You can see more of that perforation. We've got that loose weave kind of mesh at the top of the jersey as well. Airflow is superb with this stuff. And as we work our way down to the pants, you can see that 600 denier reinforcement only in the seat area. That is going to help prevent wear. I mean, you're moving across the seat quite a bit, especially in that dirt riding application. And then as we work our way down to the back of the legs, that is that stretch mesh, which we like to see at the back of the calves because it's very comfortable, it breathes well, and it's going to move well with your body. Pat, go ahead and face the front. So I would consider this more of an MX style gear. You know, MX riders out there who are looking for maximum airflow, maximum stretch, and movement, I think this is going to be a good option. Again, you can wear it on the trails, you can do so, but be mindful it doesn't have the best integrity, you know, if branches are sliding across the jersey all day long when you're out there on the trails. But let's move on. Let's check out the Fly Racing Evolution gear. So Pat, we've got him in the Fly Racing Evolution jersey and pants. This is a very similar fit to the Lite, which we were previously looking at, but it's got a little bit more stretch involved and it's got a little bit more breathability incorporated as well. Now the jersey itself, you can see you've got a nylon main construction, a little bit of Lycra in there, which is basically just stretch material incorporated with the jersey. And then at the back of the arm, we've got some additional mesh incorporated as well as underneath the armpits. That's obviously an area where you build a ton of heat, so it's nice to have a little bit of that mesh incorporated in those areas as well. Now one thing I really like about these pants is that there's a bit more adjustability. You've got a ratchet system at the waist, you've got a zipper at the fly, and then there's another Velcro system underneath of the ratchet system right here at the front. Yeah, if you can go ahead and undo that for me, Pat. Yeah. So you can see here a little bit of Velcro, and then we got that ratchet system, zipper, and then on the back of these pants, you're going to find a boa system as well. So these are definitely going to stay in place. Now the other thing to mention about, you know, having the pants stay in place is that the jersey has a little bit of a gripper, that silicone material that I've mentioned before, at the front of the jersey and a little bit at the back as well, in addition to having that silicone at the waistline. These stay in place really, really well, and I personally really like that because I've had plenty of pants that do not. And I feel like I'm slipping and sliding all over the seat, which is certainly not good when you're out there on the dirt bike railing through corners. You want to feel planted, you want to feel secure on the bike. And as we work our way down to the knees there, we've got some perforation at the top there just to help with, again, more of that breathability. And then we've got the reinforcement that we saw on the Lite version in that area as well. Leather panel surrounded by that triple stitching Kevlar, always nice to get that additional reinforcement. I also wanted to mention that these pants, the Lite as well as the F16, very comfortably and easily accommodate knee braces. Pat has had his knee braces on the entire time, so it's nice to know that these are going to accommodate whether you're wearing knee guards or, you know, those larger knee braces that a lot of us like to utilize. Now Pat, go ahead and face the back for me, sir. Tons of mesh here. I mean, you can see straight through this jersey, so it's going to flow a ton of air for you. Now right here at the back, at the top of the waistline, this is that boa system. You simply pull it out, that's going to loosen it up, and then you smash it down, tighten it up, and you can cinch in all of that material as you need to do so. Very simple design, and it works incredibly well. A little bit more perforation, and then we've got a 900 denier reinforcement at the seat as well, which is great to have. We want that reinforcement in that area, and more of that stretch mesh material as we work our way down to the back of the calf. This is very comfortable. It's going to help promote the airflow, and again, it's not going to restrict your movement. This is certainly a premium level jersey and pant from Fly Racing. Pat, go ahead and face the front for me, sir. So F16, think you're entry-level rider, whether you've been riding for years and years, you can certainly utilize it, but it doesn't have all the stretch and the amount of airflow that you're going to get from something like the Lite as well as the Evolution, which we're looking at now. So just something to keep in mind there. Price points will go up a little bit as you move through the line, but this is going to be their top tier. Think your MX rider, think your, you know, hair scramble enduro racer guy that wants that amount of flexibility, but they want to absolutely maximize their airflow. Now, if you're looking for more details, click that info button. That'll take you over to RevZilla.com where you can read other rider reviews. And as always, if you have any questions for us, please do not hesitate to reach out. Give our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot over an email cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with Pat and I and taking a closer look at some of the jerseys and pants from Fly Racing. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.